I'm here with Tank, and he is a tank. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can teach your dog to focus. Now, one of the things, I think he might have an eye contact issue. Some dogs have eye contact dominance. When I first came in, I think he's used to being the guard dog, so he pounced at the door a little bit. As you can see, we're buddies now. But if you do have people that, a dog that is reactive, people with eye contact, you can use the same technique. What I would do is I would have the guardians, the dog's normal owners, I call them guardians, do this first, what I'm going to show you, and then immediately have the dog sit next to the guest and have the guest do it. All right, so when you're doing this, you want to have, I got about 12 treats in this hand. I'm a righty, I got one treat in this hand. You can't see any wet spot here. You're probably going to see a big wet spot here when I get done. And what we should see is him looking me in the face more and more, hopefully without biting me. Just kidding. All right, come here, buddy. Up, up. All right, so I'm going to take a treat, and I'm going to make my hands look uniform. Seats, and I put it on my knees. And he's going to try to take it. I'm watching his eyes intently. The only way he can get this treat is by looking at me in the face. And he doesn't know that yet. So he's just going to try to do what dogs do and try to just take it. And that's not going to work. And eventually he's going to look up at me. As the instant he looks up at me, I'm going to touch it to my nose and go straight to his mouth. When you're doing this, push your hands against your knees so he can't muscle it off. He's a strong guy. And don't take your eyes off the dog's eyes. It only takes a fraction of a second. It'll be an eye dart. And if you miss it, it'll take a long time before you'll get it again. So I'm just waiting. And he's going to give us a good demonstration of that wet spot. I have really good treats too. Make sure you have a really good treat. Ah, that is my finger, buddy. I'm holding it in a way where he can't really get to it. I'll show you in a second. He's determined. We like using positive words. Oh. If he doesn't go for it in a minute, I'm going to cheat. I prefer not to cheat. Focus. Everybody got a whole bunch more. You gave up too easy. You can get all of these. Wet spot. Focus. I might have cheated on that one. Let's get up. It's easier if you're up, because if he's at his angle when he's sitting, when he's laying down, he's kind of looking at my head. I want him to be an intentional act. All right, so what we should see is him starting to look at me faster and faster.
He's stubborn.
I like to say determined. We like using positive words.
Okay.
Because that's the thing, is this focus usually works against you. He's focused on everything but. And as soon as he looks me in the face, focus. Sit. Sits. Focus. Otherwise, if he's just staring at the tree, he's almost objectifying it. So I show him that we're doing this again. We're right there. Focus. That was just an eye dart, and that's okay. So this is a form of operant conditioning. So when he does what I want, he gets the reward. This is what we talked about outside. About instead of punishing dogs, I create a situation. Focus. Where if they do what I want, they get a reward. If they do anything else, nothing happens. And everybody else is doing a good job of holding still. You don't want to do this at first when there's any distractions. Focus. I'm touching my nose because I want to promote him looking me in the face. I'm going to reload so he knows we're still playing the game. 1 second, 1 second. Focus. For all 12 treats the first couple times you do it. Until he's pretty much just staring at it. Looks like you're praying there for a second. Now once he gets done chewing, I'm going to pretend to reload so he knows we're playing the game again. Focus. That was about 2 seconds. Eventually you want to do it like this. I'll show you. 1 second. focus. Now, eye contact might be spotty with him, so I didn't elongate as long as I want, because eye contact to a dog that you don't know can be a challenge. But the nice thing is this conditions him to look at me in the face. So what you want to do is for all 12 treats, there we go, now he's looking right away, focus. He knows that's what gets him the attention. Focus. Not one of my time right off. Let's watch. All right, so with the first couple times you do it, 1 second to your nose, it's always going to be 1 second to your nose, and then 1 second to his mouth for all 12 treats. And when you do it, and I'll show you for the camera, a lot of times when people do it, they go like this, and then they turn their wrist, and the dog is looking down. So when I do it, if you watch my palm, nose, and I'm going straight to the dog, as if you're the dog, the camera is the dog. So at first you want to do all 12 treats, 1 second, focus. And the treat goes to the mouth first, then he hears the command word after. After we've done that, and we want to practice it in different parts of the house. The next time we do it, for all 12 treats, and I go like 1 second, 1, 2 seconds for all 12 treats. So just from my nose to his mouth, 2 seconds for all 12 treats. The next time 3, 4, 5, as long as he's performing well. And eventually you want to get within 7 days, salute, within 7 days you want to do it so it's 15 seconds before it goes into his mouth. And so now you can redirect his attention when your neighbor's walking by and he sees the neighbor and that mouth closes, he gets stiff, you say focus, he looks up, he looks away. 15 seconds, that gives your neighbor the ability to move around, you redirected his attention, and you kept him using his focus, his determination, as a positive as opposed to a negative. Okay, so, and I would like everybody in the house to do this, and 12 treats each time, and do it in different rooms of the house, because dogs don't generalize well. Once you get within 7 days, they'll get bored of this. So make sure you're practicing a couple times a day each person so you can get to this point within 15 seconds within 7 days or less. With Corona, most people can do it faster. The next stage is to go in your backyard and practice outside, but in your backyard, not when your neighbors are out or anybody's doing the weed eater or lawnmower or anything that's going to be distracting. But also we go back to 1 second, because there's more distractions. So I let them see we're doing it. 1 second, focus for all 12 treats. But you can move faster. So maybe you might go 1 second for like 4 treats, 1 second, 2 seconds for 4 treats, 1 second, 3 seconds for 4 treats. You want to get to the point where you're 15-second focus outside within maybe 2 more days. And they will get bored, so you really want to be jumping on this. The third stage is when we're on a walk, and you could probably walk them in your backyard for this, so you have more control. So when you're walking and there's nobody around, you say focus, now we're triggering it with a verbal cue. Before we're waiting for him to look at us, that's what gets it. Now we practice enough. Now we're walking in the backyard on a leash, and we say focus, and he looks up at me, and then I go like this and drop the treat in his mouth. Now, let's say the dog's walking next to me. I say focus, he looks up at me, I touch my nose to the treat, go straight to his mouth. Again, I go 1, 1. Chew it, buddy, I promise you I'm not going to chew that. And then for all 12 treats, and then eventually 2 seconds, 3 seconds, eventually you're walking and he's like running into stuff because he's looking up at you instead of where he's going. So now you've created a strong focus command, and you can use this if he's not paying attention to get him to look at you, or if there's something that's going to distract him, or he's going to be reactive and he's far enough away and you just see him and he's hanging eyes up, closes that mouth and gets still, focus, he looks up at you, and maybe you walk this way and you get him moving away. So it's a redirection exercise, but it also taps into that concentration that usually works against us, and this is where it works for us. Well, this handsome fella is Tank, and this is how you can teach your dog to focus.